Welcome everybody, very good morning. Welcome to this class, 10 a.m. class. We're discussing VARC section. We have been talking about VA topic for 2-3 days now. We'll say tomorrow and after tomorrow we'll talk about a couple of RC questions. So this series was earlier verbal ability specifics series. Timing has been changed, 9 a.m., 10 a.m. now, and then earlier it was in the middle, it was 7 a.m. also for around 2 weeks. Agenda was to sensitize you about and around the CAT preparation. What are the final tricks? How you should be able to attempt, and give you some ideas as to how you can do it on your own. So that was a self-help motive, was the idea behind it. Anything other than that, let me just be able to attempt and give you some ideas as to how you can do it on your own. So that was right. So idea is basically that we try and manage as many questions as possible in the least amount of time with highest possible accuracy that we can achieve, that we can gain. And a lot of things have been useful in this period. We have done a lot of online questions. We have done questions in many different ways. We have done revision of questions. I have also made new questions to give you a feel of how, say, new questions would look like. And I've also been emphasizing from day one to you to pick up a test series and start solving questions from that particular test series or that particular model test platform. And I have recommended that Unacademy will be a good platform. Unacademy, if you go to plus cat and subscribe, you will get a lot of mock test, online test, topic wise test, sectional test, and you will also have this, we also have this national is scholarship test, NST, which is going to be really helpful if you try and attempt it. We also have EMI options on 6, 12 and 24-month subscription. Use the code Saxena live to get 10% discount. To 24 months 18,900, and for 12 months that is 15,750. Please utilize this code to get a discount. I think for people who are appearing 2020, 6 months makes sense because it's only by June or July of next year. All the other entrances will get over, and along with GDPI. And the people who are writing 2021, for them I think things will get over only by March or June of April, May, June of 2022. So for them 12 months would be insufficient, 24 months would be best for them. So that is how it is. And yeah, please use the code Saxena to get 10% discount. Yeah, parajumbles, try and imagine the parajumbles to be a jigsaw puzzle. Try and imagine that you have a jigsaw puzzle in front of you, and you are arranging them. You are you don't have you have fit in all the pieces except say 2 pieces are left, and since they're the only 2 pieces, they are going to come together in one way or the other. You could turn it this way or turn it that way. They are going to, either one of them is going to fit into the larger piece, or the other one is going to fit in the larger piece. Either the other one will be facing will be matching the features or the outer counters of the other section of the area, or it will be on the other side. So it will be, we turn turtle topsy-turvy and somehow it will going to fit. Now this is jigsaw puzzle. Suppose you had 3 or 4 pieces missing and you had 3 or 4 pieces in front of you, and the rest of the puzzle was intact, rest of the puzzle was solved, it was created. Now you have to one by one arrange these pieces somehow. Now this is jigsaw, this is parajumbles, this is jigsaw puzzles, that you first look for those small, first you divide a problem into smaller pieces, into smaller parts, and then you connect, in smaller pieces and smaller parts, and then you seek, okay, is this smaller arrangement, is this smaller arrangement all right or not, and then you see to it that how this connection is established between two parts, how does this fit into the entire story, the entire puzzle, and the other parts missing, how will they get arranged with respect to this piece and the entire puzzle. Now it is just like that. So first thing is, first solve the parajumble, bring it down to the smallest level, that is pair formation. Try and arrange it, look for pairs, look for pairs which are grammar based, look for pairs which are idea based, and then try and arrange them and imagine the entire scenario to be a jigsaw puzzle. Solve 2 to 3 VA questions every day, and analyze the questions that you answer incorrectly. So please analyze those questions which you have answered incorrectly. That is most imperative, most important. Four sentences have been given below. Kindly arrange the sentences in a coherent paragraph. Okay, kindly arrange the sentences in a coherent paragraph. Whichever the direction, now it's very important to read the answers. Whichever direction the movement takes, whether it fails or succeeds, its impact. So this is for sure, it's a parajumble. So all the sentences, they will end up being connected, they will end up behaving as a pair, they will end up being arranged in a certain sequence. So there is no way that we can ignore some certain things. So when they say the movement is a common noun here, the movement makes it a, it's referring to one is specific noun or a process or actual movement, whether it's a political movement or it's a movement of a person, movement of a body, movement of a car, whatever, or it's an online movement of some kind, of some social media outrage, or a social media campaign, whatever is it, we really don't know. Whichever direction the movement takes, so this will connect to something else in the other line, because this is a starting line of this starting word, few words of the first line. So this will be connecting to some other line here, and that is how it will be able to form the pair here. It says whatever direction the movement takes, this color doesn't look, movement takes, whether it fails or succeeds, its impact, whose impact? The movement's impact will reverberate outside its border, affecting our region and beyond. So it says that it will reverberate outside its borders, affecting our region. That means it is not an Indian movement, because it's saying it will have its effect shown outside the border, and it will affecting our region. That means for sure that this is not talking about India, but we also infer, at the same time, we also infer that it is about one of the neighboring countries of India, outside its borders and affecting our region and beyond. That means we are talking about a country which is somewhere near to our border. right? So these two inferences have been have to be taken out. Let's see further. Despite the fraud state of India-Pakistan relations, okay, now we get to know that we're talking about Pakistan. It says, despite the fraud state of India-Pakistan relations, we should take a keen interest in the exciting political drama unfolding among the people next door. It says that whatever conditions in India and Pakistan may be going through, we should take a keen interest in there's some political activities which are happening, and they're taking place in the Pakistan, right? And it is possible, and we should take a keen interest whatever our relationship with Pakistan. Now this particular line, exciting political drama unfolding among the people next door, this connects to this idea that whichever direction the movement takes, whether it fails or succeeds, its impact will reverberate outside its borders, affecting our region and beyond. Now these two and one, based on grammar, based on ideas, these two are a pair. That's for sure. See, whatever it said here, no, that we should take interest in 2 and 1 says that it will have an impact outside its borders. So these two lines, they are very much connected, that they are having almost same ideas, and they are completing each other. Also, there is this connection here, the exciting political drama, and here the movement sort of connects to it. It says, and perhaps there is a lesson here for India's own fragmented opposition, struggling to retain its political relevance in a BJP dominated universe. Now it says that perhaps there is also a lesson for India's own fragmented political opposition. So they're saying that probably there is, and it perhaps it's a matter of emphasis. Perhaps is a matter of emphasis. So it provides an emphasis. It provides an assertion to the lines, to the idea that come after this word. Perhaps there's a lesson here for India's own fragmented political opposition, struggling to retain its political relevance. So for it can be a lesson for the opposition political parties can learn from it. On the balance, its success could open door up to potentially positive re-engagement. On balance, its success, whose success? They said no, whichever the movement takes, whether fails or succeeds. So this its success is again referring to here, it fails or it succeeds. This movement itself, just coloring it different because we have now three lines in one row. Yeah. And then comes 3. It says, and perhaps there is a reason, there's a lesson here for India's own fragmented political opposition, struggling to retain its political relevance in a BJP dominated universe. All right. So this is a clear-cut thing. So this is how we can solve this question. So one, we knew that there is an assertion, so probably there'll be one more line supporting this idea somewhere, supporting this kind of a tone only, was used somewhere else. So it was said that it'll be a positive change, or it can be a lesson here. So probably 4 and 3, they're going to come together. That was very, very much clear. But whether 4 will come or 3 will come, that could be determined by language analysis. So when one says that the movement takes, whether it fails or succeed, whichever direction the movement takes, whether it fails or succeed, on balance, its success could open door to a positive re-engagement. 3 says perhaps there's a lesson for India's own fragmented political oppositions, struggling to retain its political relevance in a BJP-dominated state. That is how you want to solve it. Thank you very much. Any questions, any doubts? All sentences seem to be connected, or none of them seem to. So this idea can only be, we can just see this previous question only, that we have to form these pair based on the ideas they're using, based on the words they're using, based on the certain phrases they're using. So if you can connect to them 2 and 1, 4 and 3, the life becomes lazy. So break the problem into smaller parts. Break the problem into smaller parts. That is how the agenda is. Pace are based on ideas, pace are based on grammar. Reading diverse topics can also be helpful. Yeah. So pace can be based on ideas also. The pace can be based on grammar also. The pace can be. So here, if you see, there was a bit of a grammar also, right? When we say the movement, that means it is this movement is referring to another noun phrase which has been used in another line, which was used here, right? 4 says on its balance, its success could open. Okay. On balance, its success could open. Its success was mentioned here, whether it succeeds or fails. Also, if 4 and 3, if 3 or 4 came, say the order which was 2, 1, 3, 4, for example, if we understood it to be that way, 2, 1, 3, 4. That means 4 will refer its success somewhere in 3, somewhere here. But there is nothing. But there's nothing to which this its can refer to. Okay. There is a lesson for India's own fragmented political opposition is struggling to retain its political relevance in a BJP dominated universe. So that is one challenge here. 2, 1, 4, 3. Like I've always said, that reading diverse topics can always be helpful. Reading topics which are diverse in nature, you're reading topics which are not connected to you, reading topics which you don't read often, the reading topics about which people don't talk very often. So these kind of topics you can only find if you visit the editorial page of the national dailies, you visit magazines, you read topics based on philosophy, agriculture, and history, geography, geology, psychology, management, technology, artificial intelligence. So have a very diverse range of topics at which you read every day. Let's try and solve one more question here. 4 sentences have been given below. Kindly arrange the sentences in a coherent paragraph. The unlock phase has reversed the ephemeral experience. Ephemeral experience means the experience which lasted for a very short time. We'll see, because somewhere it will be there in any other line, reference to this, the ephemeral experience. As the burning of vehicular fuels has reverted to pre-lockdown levels, with no significant transition to green mobility, such as bicycle use in urban centers, India is seeking to address its chronic air quality crisis by partly raising its emission standards and fuels. It took the COVID-19 lockdown to let people experience clean air once again, with the conspicuous absence of vehicles. It says that unlock has reversed the ephemeral experience as the burning of the vehicular fuels has returned to the pre-lockdown levels. So what it's trying to say that somewhere this whatever change we saw in the burning of fuels because of the lowering in the vehicular burning of fuels, that has come down to pre-lockdown levels. Had come down, but now it has so the vehicular burning had reduced a lot, but now it is again back to the pre-lockdown levels with no significant transition to green mobility such as bio use, such as bicycle use as an urban center. So they are saying that there is no significant transition which is happening to green to sort of move to take up cycling as a mode of transport. This sort of approach hasn't really come up. It says India is seeking to address its chronic air quality crisis partly by raising emission standards and fuels. So India is trying to address its chronic air quality by doing certain things. We haven't been able to found this particular the ephemeral experience connection here, but there is another line coming here that we are trying to another thought process that chronic air quality is managed by raising emission standards. Let's read further. It took COVID-19 lockdown to let people experience clean air again with conspicuous absence of vehicles. Yeah, so this is how it is to let people experience clean air again. Three and one. It's a clear-cut pair here. It took COVID-19 lockdown to let people experience clean air once again with a conspicuous absence of vehicles. And unlock phase has reversed the ephemeral experience. So this 3 and 1, there's a connection. The country adopted BS4 fuel standards earlier this year, potentially lowering vehicular pollution. All the national air quality standard for an annual average PM 2.5 is 40 mcg per cubic meter, which is 4 times the WHO. So after 3 and 1 comes 2. 2 says that is seeking to address its air quality crisis by raising its emission standards, and India has adopted BS4 fuel standard earlier, potentially lowering the vehicular pollution. So 2-4 is the connection because 2 starts talking about the emission standards in fuels, and 1 talks about the earlier standards and potentially lowering the vehicular pollution through national air quality standards. So 2-4 is the connection in 3-1-2. So 3-1-2-4 is the exact connection. Let's read this thing. Type of questions. So parajumble. Lesson learned is did not understand the purpose of the passage, failed to see that there is no reference to any other country and regions in the first line. Understand the purpose of the paragraph. It must look for proper starting lines and connecting lines after it. Okay. Let's imagine. Let's think that. Let's say that somebody said that it's not 3-1-2-4, it is say 3-1-4-2. Somebody said that it's 3-1-4-2. Although you know it's incorrect, but still let's talk about it. So if somebody said 3-1-4-2, what they were saying that it says that first it says that people could experience clean air once again. Then one says that the unlock phase has this ephemeral, short-lived an experience of a few moments. This experience is over. What has come now is that country has adopted BS4 fuel standard. Okay, and to lower its vehicular pollution, although the national air quality standard for average air is particle matter 2.5 for 40 mcg per cubic meter, which is 4 times the WHO limit. 2 comes here. India is seeking to address its chronic air quality crisis partly by raising standard. So first this information will come, first this idea will come that what India is doing, or first what India is doing actually in terms of number, that will come. First introduction will come, right? So 2 will come before 4. It's 2 and 4 is the right order, right? So whatever emission standards were mentioned here, those standards were given in the next line, BS4 fuel standard earlier this year, lowering down the vehicular pollution, although the national air quality standard for the average was PM 2.5 was 44 times the WHO limit. So our already whatever standard we have, that is actually 4 times high of WHO. So this also says the kind of problems which we're going through right now. 3142 is the right answer. So if a person did like this, so the person we did not see that there's a reference to the emission standards in one line, and the explanation of in the other. Hence the former precedes the latter, right? Modification in the preparation is to look for arrangements within the pairs properly. Unacademy subscription offers you live classes, you get to interact with the educator, live posts and leaderboard, test series and analysis, and live doubt clearing sessions. So Unacademy subscription is like extremely important for your test preparation. You get test series and mock test and topic wise test, and you also get a lot of doubt solving sessions. Use the code Saxena Live to get 10% discount. Thank you very much.